You gotta love it, guys. GameStop, the GameStop mouse. I love this mouse. This is like awesome. I love it. It's my new gaming mouse. But let's talk about GameStop and let's talk about the growth of the company and what everyone is missing out on. This is 2023. This is the numbers that just reported, and I want to show you guys something. So let's go ahead and look at GameStop. Let's look at Europe first, okay? This is Europe. Boom, we got it. $1 billion worth of sales, over $1 billion, from $900 million. So they're up $127 million, and they've closed 186 stores, guys. Last year, and I even have it here for you, they closed 80 stores. So they closed 80 stores, and they were still increased on revenue even after 80 stores are closed. So GameStop's doing something right in Europe. They've closed 266 stores in Europe. Overall, GameStop has closed 168 plus this year at 287. They've closed 455 stores. They've fallen off $654 million, on top line revenue, and everybody wants to look at that number. But the truth is this: GameStop actually opened up 35 new stores this year. So there's growth there. It looks like they're just switching out the leases as far as with stores that are, expiring, and maybe the interest rates are too high. But eventually the top line revenue is going to even out somehow, some way. You're going to figure it out in about 2 more years from now. I'll tell you how it's all going to happen. And just so that we know, there is growth in the company. 43 new stores were open. I know they closed 455, but it looks like they're just switching out the nonprofit ones for the better profit ones. Okay. Now, I've been studying this for a while here. People have to know 35 stores opening, that's huge, right? There's culture that comes along with that. As far as Europe's going, kudos to them, shout out to them. There's 647 stores in Europe, and they're producing the most money they've ever produced before. They're highly efficient. So GameStop's doing the right thing there. Now, when it comes to what's moving forward for us, I know Wall Street is telling you one thing on value versus what you see, the stock price and what the fundamentals are. As the fundamentals improve for this company and the stock price keeps coming down, it's more of an incentive for me to buy because I know that the value's there. It's undeniable as far as $1.2 billion worth of cash marketable securities in the bank for GameStop. It's when would they ever go bankrupt? When are they ever going to have a cash burn that they can't handle? It's just not coming that way. I see the transition. I see the pivot. It's really happening even now. So here's what's going to happen, guys. In the next, I tell you, the next quarter or two, and maybe even the next year. I'm just being, laid back on my approach on this so that people understand, like, how long this ride could be. Think about it this way. Wall Street one day is going to announce that GameStop's going to lose 9%, 10% of top line revenue. They're going to keep announcing that, right? It can go nowhere. It's going to keep going down. It's a dying business. No. What's going to happen is GameStop eventually will stop with the closure of stores, right? They have enough where they've cut off all the ones that don't make profit, and this is how we're going to run our business. And then that quarter is the one where Wall Street's going to predict, a 10% drop off on top line revenue, and GameStop's going to go in the other direction. They're actually going to go increase. That's why they opened up 43 new GameStops. So when they eventually open up another 43, you'll see another 40, and then they don't close as many. That's when the transition happens, and that's when you reset and you see the real growth of this company. And it's going to happen fast. The profit's going to come quick. I see 10x on profits already from last year to this year, and that's just based off of SG&A cuts. It's not even working on margin. If you looked at margin 8 quarters ago, GameStop operated around 16% on profit as far as cost of goods sold versus what was left over. So 16%, now they're at 25%. They're up 10%. That number 25, it was even increased quarter 2 and 3 up to 26, 27%. So last year they operated at 23% quarter 1. I think they can beat 23% the way they're doing business right now. So shout out to Europe. Shout out to where GameStop's actually going to make a profit and transition. It's going to happen worldwide, and it's going to happen sooner than what people know. I stay up all night. I study this stuff, but it's because I love GameStop. And I'm going to keep mine. My buy order's already in for tomorrow. It'll get done. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours as far as getting my ass to work and then coming out and doing a live stream. But I will tell you this, guys. GameStop has growth. They actually had 43 stores open this year alone. So they had previously opened 0 in the U.S., and they did 35 this year. I think that's going unseen. And like I told you, Europe, shout out to them. $127 million worth of profit. Let's get it. GameStop, can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. And I said profit, but I mean $127 million worth of top line revenue. Hey, don't let me misspeak because the haters are watching. Peace, millionaires. Peace.